Hey guys, so today I'm going to do the stay-at-home mom tag, and I just think that tag videos are kind of fun and they're a way for you to get to know a little bit more about me, and I've always enjoyed answering questions, and I like watching the tag videos too. But so it's just 20 questions that I will answer, and I kind of just wrote down keywords because I just wrote it down quickly on a piece of paper. So I'm not going to read the exact question, but it'll be close, hopefully. So the first question is, are you a stay-at-home mom or a work-at-home mom? So I am a stay-at-home mom. The second question, why do you choose to stay home? The reason that I choose to stay home is probably for a lot of different reasons. I really like being around my kids. I want them to have me or Eric as somebody that teaches them their manners, their values, their morals, everything, just because we're their parents, so I want them to really learn from us rather than a teacher or something like that. Not that that's a bad thing, but I would rather be home with them, and I don't know, I just think it's nice for them to be able to be home, and it's just a loving environment, somewhere where they know that they are loved, and there's lots of different reasons. But I think staying home is very valuable to both me as their mom and to them. The next question is, how old are your children? So I have a 4-year-old boy, a 2.5-year-old girl, and then a 3-month-old girl. So are we part of any mom or play groups? And sort of. We go to Bible study twice a month, and they have like their own little play group there, and then I go to my mom Bible study. So they have that. Otherwise, not really. I do belong to a few mom groups on Facebook where they will do like get-togethers or play groups, but I don't get to those very often. Especially not right now, just because it's cold and I'm tired and it's cold. Next question. Do you have it all together every day? No. I think that most days, probably all days, I do not have it all together, especially if you go through the whole day. There are definitely days where I am more organized, or we do things that I actually had planned. And then there are days where I just sit there and I'm like, we're just going to wait for Daddy to get home because I'm, I need help. So that happens. The next question is, do you have a daily routine or do you go with the flow? Most days we go with the flow, but I like to have a daily routine. So we just recently started up a routine where, after breakfast, we talk about what the weather is like, we talk about what day of the week it is, and then we read a book, and then we do like an arts and crafts activity or an actual like get up and move around activity, and then we do songs or singing, and yeah, that's pretty much it. That's like my schedule, or my daily schedule for them. It takes like less than an hour. But I think it's good for them to have some type of schedule. But I'm not like super strict with it or anything. The next question is, how long will you stay home? I plan to stay home for as long as we can, like as long as I can stay home. So we are going to be homeschooling, so I'll hopefully be able to stay home through that, like until they're all graduated. And then even after they've graduated, I would love to stay home to be around if they need me, because even college kids need their parents, and to do more with church and things like that. Next is, do you take care of the housework or do you share with your husband? So I don't know. I feel like we sort of share. Eric does a lot of like the dishes. He will sweep the floor if I need him to, or vacuum sometimes. But I take care of the laundry mostly. I clean the bathrooms, and I pick up the kids' rooms and things like that. But he does help a ton. Like, our house would not be as clean as it is if he didn't help. But I do try to take care of as much as I can. It just gets to be a lot. Do you do anything on the side for extra money? I used to, but no, I do not anymore. The next question is, what do you love about being a stay-at-home mom? I think that I love pretty much everything. I mean, I love getting to be with the kids. I love talking with them, reading to them. I love knowing what their interests are and watching them play and learn and interact with each other. And I don't know, there's so many things that I love. And then what do you hate? I don't know. I guess the only thing I could think of would be like the potty accidents and having to clean that up, or the emergency things. Like at our last house, we had these tiny little ants that somehow got into like the middle of our wall. Like, it wasn't even an outside wall. It was an inside wall, and they were in that wall. And I don't know how that happened, but I just saw them there, and I was like, emergency, like, yeah, I called Eric, he came home, he took care of it, because I was not about to handle that. So I guess that's the only thing that I hate, are bugs and gross bathroom accidents that trail all over the house. Next question. Did you always know you wanted to be a stay-at-home mom? Hi, buddy. Okay, but don't pull out all the books, okay? Just a few. He's like, yeah, sure. So did you always know you wanted to be a stay-at-home mom? Yes, I did. I was a nanny before I had Zach, and I absolutely loved being a nanny. So, of course, I wanted to stay home with my own kids because I knew I would love that even more because, you know, they're your kids. Next question is, what does your husband do? My husband is a computer programmer, so he does, like, logistics, I think it's called, where he deals with, like, trucks that carry all the merchandise, and he deals with, like, the warehouses. He worked in the Pringles, factory for a little while. Now he does, like, support for for his company, but they support many other different types of companies. So that's what he does. Next question is, do you shower in the morning or night? I like to shower at night. I just do. I could never do, I mean, I have done it in the morning, but rarely. I think I could count on like 2 hands when I've showered in the morning in my whole life. I just don't like it. I like to do nighttime. Next question is, do you wear makeup every day? I wear makeup no days. I don't own any, so it's not possible for me to put it on at all. Next question is, do you style your hair every day? That answer is no. I brush my hair 1 to 2 times a day, depending on how messy it gets, and that's it. I don't do anything. I have attempted to style my hair, and I need to practice more because I can't do it. The next question is, do you work out and when? And that answer is not really at all. In the summertime, we do go on walks around our neighborhood a few times a day, or we try to. So I guess that counts. But in the winter, I really don't do anything, especially not now. It's tiring with a 3-month-old. You don't want to do anything. Well, at least I don't. Some people might be a lot better with 3-month-olds, but I get tired with babies. The next question is, what is your cleaning schedule? My cleaning schedule is very laid back. I do what I see that needs work that's bothering me. So if the kitchen floor, if I see crumbs and that bothers me, I will sweep it. if I see a messy living room with toys and it bothers me, I will pick it up. Um, Now, I do get bothered by mess, so it's not like it takes weeks for me to clean it. It takes like hours before I get annoyed. And then I'll clean it up. Like right now, they took out those books out of Lily's room, and they're sitting in the hallway, and it's bothering me. So after I'm done with this video, I will go and pick those up because our hallway is always clean, so to see things in the hallway, it just bothers me a little bit. So that's my cleaning schedule. So like yesterday I cleaned the tubs, but I didn't clean anything else in the bathroom because the tubs were dirty and they bothered me. But everything else I recently cleaned, so I was like, I'll wait a few more days. So that's how I do it. It's just easier. It doesn't put anything on my mind except for what currently is bothering me at the moment. And I don't have all this stuff like to do in the back of my mind. Like I have to do this, then this, then this. So the cleaning schedule of just do what I want when I have time, that just completely relaxes me and actually makes me happy to clean instead of stressed out. The next question is, do you get alone time with your husband? We do at night. Like, for the past few nights, we have been watching a show together, and we just finished it last night. It was a short series. Actually, I think there's a season 2. But, we finished the first season, and so we do things like that every once in a while. Sometimes we'll play a board game or something, but, we don't really get out of the house too much, just because that requires getting a babysitter, and then I always feel like I'm bothering people. Well, because we always ask my mom or my mother-in-law or my sister, and I feel like we already asked them for enough, so I feel bad asking them to babysit, so we don't get out as much, and I feel bad even asking babysitters too, so I just need to ask people, don't I? The next question, or the last question, I guess, is do you get me time? And yeah, I do. Sometimes, like after we've watched our series, like me and my husband, after we've watched like 1 or 2 episodes of the series we were watching, then he goes in the basement because we're finishing the basement, so he'll go in the basement, do a few things, and I get time to myself to sit on the couch and do whatever I want, or sometimes I come up here and read my Bible or play on my phone or do whatever, fold laundry. I've done that before. Yeah, so I get me time. Just not as much during the day because Zach doesn't nap. Adeline's fighting her naps. Lily is not on a napping schedule yet. So that's okay. So I do get me time. I don't need a ton of it, but I need some of it because otherwise I do get stressed out, but it's just nice to have quiet, like where there's, like right now the kids went downstairs and now it's quiet up here and it's nice. But I do love being with them. So I'm gonna go downstairs and get them ready for bed. But that's all the questions, and I don't know, hopefully I answered those in the way that I would if I thought about it more. I honestly just wrote it down and then answered them, so if I don't know, I'm sure they're fine. So I answered it honestly, so you get to know a little bit about what's on the top of my head, I guess. But yeah, so that's that video. So I will see you guys in the next video, and thanks for watching. All right, bye guys.